Ooh. What do we have here? Looks like some kind of
I
ruin.
imagine this was quite a beautiful structure before it went to pot.
Bro, it's still quite beautiful.
Yes, Hastings. Religion cannot be faulted for its aesthetic, at least.
A church, then? With some kind of
I
chapel?
imagine this was quite a...
Yes, Hastings. This is a useful point to measure the time it takes to reach Cutter's Cove, the spot that will be the scene of the murder.
Okay, so from here to Cutter's Cove, how long does it take?
From the monastery ruins to Cutter's Cove, it is 12 minutes.
Okay, and so that's Cutter's Cove right there by the ladder. And that's where someone's gonna die.
Curious, isn't it? It was an oar, I believe, planted quite securely in the ground now. I can't shift it. I'm Stephen Lane.
Stephen Lane.
Hercule Poirot.
Ah, the detective. Maybe you have a theory what it's for.
It's a sundial,
Without
isn't
more
it?
evidence, a deduction is difficult.
Here you go, then. I found these near the edge of the cleared space. Chicken feathers, I believe. I think those stains are dried blood. Suggestive, don't you think?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Okay. Do you have a theory about this post in the clearing, Mr. Lane?
Do you have a theory about this post and the clearing, Monsieur Lane?
I felt something the moment I arrived on this island, Mr. Poirot. It is especially strong here. I can only describe it as a feeling of evil. More than a feeling, it's almost a physical presence.
Yes, it is very romantic here. It is peaceful. The sun shines, the sea it is blue. But there is evil everywhere under the sun.
A quote from Ecclesiastes. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live. Nowadays, nobody believes in evil. Even with what is happening in Europe, they want to think that reason and common sense will prevail. But evil cannot be reasoned with, and it is real. It walks the earth.
Very interesting. Give me 1 second.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'll come back to him. Okay, I was gonna say I thought this actually was a sundial right here, but there's way more than 12 rocks around the plank. The oar, I mean. So, there goes that theory. Back to the conversation.
What brings you to Sea Drift Island, Monsieur Lane?
My health. I was the vicar of a church near Brixham. I became ill. I had to leave my church. I came here to heal among the historic churches and religious ruins of the area, like this old monastery. It dates back to the Middle Ages. The order was most known for producing a passable brandy, I believe, but they never flourished. I expect that was because of the site they chose.
What kind of illness, though? Looks like we can't ask, but... What, like a spiritual illness? You losing faith, my guy?
What do you think of our fellow guests?
I haven't spent much time with them, I'm afraid. I've been poking around out here, mainly. If I could get some idea of the location of other nearby religious sites, I expect I'd be off to visit those. I think it would do me good after this place.
What's wrong with the place?
What is wrong with this site?
It isn't the only Christian edifice erected on top of more ancient construction, as I'm sure you know. In this case, there was a Roman temple here, 500 years before the monks arrived.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it is believed it was a temple to Bacchus, a particularly nasty cult notable for debauchery and licentiousness.
Bacchus, eh? That might explain the decent brandy.
Go shove it, Hastings.
I was searching for evidence of the earlier temple when you arrived. I found an opening beneath one of the walls over there, leading down into the earth. But it's blocked by a sizable stone. I was hoping to use this post as a lever, but it's immovable. Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling under the weather. These ruins take it quite out of me, I'm afraid. If you'll excuse me.
But of course.
And he's off. So this is the stone that we want to move out of the way? Let's have a look.
There is quite a passage down there. We will need something more than good intentions to shift this stone, however.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how we're going to do that. What else is in this place? Anything?
But what is its purpose now?
I don't know what that oar's about. That is weird. Some lawn chairs out here. Very cool.
This is a useful point to measure the time it takes to reach Cutter's Cove, the spot that will be the scene of the murder.
Okay. Fine, let's do it again.
From Sanctuary Cove to Cutter's Cove, it is 15 minutes.
And back we go.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Hello.
I am Hercule Poirot, a fellow guest who has arrived only last night.
I'm Linda, Marshall. I'm here with my father and his wife.
You're your father and his wife, huh?
What about the pile of brush interests you so?
It is just a pot of brush, isn't it?
You wish it were something else?
I was trying to make a blind so the Gilmores would come closer.
A hunter's blind?
A hunter's blind?
I don't want to hunt them. They're wonderful creatures. I just want to study them.
I would offer my assistance, but Poirot knows nothing of blinds, I am afraid.
Wait, Poirot. That won't do. Did you make a blind for the girl, or didn't you?
That is to say, I might be able to construct one?
Damn it,
You just
Hastings!
didn't want to admit you'd done any physical labor.
You know nothing about them, but you can build one.
Oh, Hastings.
Is it not
Hastings.
strange how we can feel such contradictory notions sometimes?
Oh, those? I have them all the time. I'm a mass of contradictions.
Uh-huh. Well, seems to be that they like the birds here much.
They seem to like it here very much.
The government made it a sanctuary for them. That's what this place is called now. Sanctuary Cove.
Guillemets? The birds?
Yes. Do you know about them?
I cannot say I do.
Hold on, Poirot, I do.
Hastings
Now
knows
let
about
the
them?
child speak, Hastings.
Oh. Oh, rather.
They are really quite common. These are of the genus Urea algae. They live in great colonies. They look almost like penguins, don't they? They waddle along and bow to one another. And sometimes they purr, almost like kittens.
Just like you,
Good
Poirot.
heavens, Poirot. I never thought of it before, but do you know who they remind me of?
They are truly marvelous.
Oh, okay, so Hastings and I are already getting off to a good start, it would seem.
What brings you to the Smuggler's Rest Hotel?
It was Arlena's idea. That's my stepmother.
Oh, she's the stepmom, huh? Who's Will Jenks in this scenario, then?
Are you enjoying yourself?
No, I hate it. I don't know why we're here.
Probably
well.
to murder someone?
The summer it is almost past. I think your school it will be starting again soon?
Miss Porter's? I suppose so. I wouldn't know.
Miss Porter's? Hastings. The name of this school is familiar to me. There is a newspaper account in my files.
Oh, now we're going to your files, huh? Well, we're gonna have to go check up on that soon.
What do you think of your fellow guests?
Miss Darling's nice, and Christine Redfern is too. But I hate her husband.
He is unkind to you?
No, it's my father I care about. He can't see it, but I can. I see what's happening.
It has been a pleasure, mademoiselle.
Can you really make a blind? I'm no good at it at all.
I will try.
Thank you.
Alright, well, let's see if we can actually make one. This is, probably not gonna go over too well.
Hastings, what have you gotten me into now?
God damn it, Hastings.
Relax, old man. All we really need is some cord, a couple of sturdy posts, and something to anchor it all with. Tent stakes, for example.
Okay.
Tent stakes. On an island with a perfectly good hotel. Why would anyone need tent stakes?
Oh, well, I see your point.
Well then, looks like we're gonna have to improvise. So I'm guessing that building a blind to, study the birds is like a maybe optional thing? I don't know, we'll have to keep our eyes out for tent stakes and other shit now.
Hastings, what have you gotten me into now?
God. Hastings, you were too nice.
Relax, old man. All we really need is some cord.
Tent stake.
Oh,
Okay. Let's get back up here and keep on poking around. I'm not sure how much more of the island there is to see. I know that there was mention of a pub that recently closed, and we definitely haven't seen that yet. But I'm also not sure at all where it would be. Have we gone up this way? This looks like it might be new. Oh wait, is this just a dead end? Can't be. Okay, what about this way? Appears to be the back deck. Hey, is that a tennis court? It is a tennis court. Hello, tennis players. Who are walking...
Hello!
Oh.
You haven't seen a tennis ball in the grass, have you? I had a lob go spectacularly astray.
No, monsieur. I am sorry.
You wouldn't be Hercule Poirot by any chance, would you?
Well, you wouldn't
I
have to
am
be Will
Poirot.
Shanks, would you?
Monsieur?
Kenneth Marshall.
No, okay.
That
never
was
mind.
my wife, Arlena.
She is very charming.
Arlena
Madame
Stewart?
Marshall. Hastings, if you embarrass me, we will cease the investigation at once.
Hastings, you better not say shit.
Apologies, Poirot. I'll try to remember who I am.
Listen, Poirot. This is a bit of luck finding you here. Something rather distressing has happened. Since our arrival here on Monday, Arlena has received two, what I can only describe as threatening notes.
Do you have the notes?
Well, yes, here they are. Arlena thinks I destroyed them, but I thought I'd better not.
Very
wise.
One moment, please, while I examine them.
Arlena refuses to take them seriously. She says people are often jealous of her due to her success and her beauty, and it's no more than that. I'm not so sure.
Okay, I know that Arlena is supposed to be, like, kind of a harlot, is what people have said about her. But I'm not sure, like, what she actually does or how she's important, so I still need to learn more about her character.
You are right to be concerned. In my experience, Captain Marshall, the hatred to write such notes is one to take very seriously indeed.
Would you have a talk with Arlena and tell her that?
Yeah, she doesn't
I
keep
will
ghosting
do as
me.
you ask.
She gave me the cold shoulder once already. I don't know how successful I'll be.
How did these arrive?
The first was simply shoved under her door. The second was found on her dressing table. Mr. Poirot, her door was locked.
When
think she did it to
Mrs.
herself.
Marshall receive these?
That first note was found the morning after we arrived. That would have been August 20th. The second appeared yesterday. Knowing you are investigating has eased my mind enormously.
Captain Marshall, I will do what I can to assist you. But if I am to be successful, I must enjoy your wife's complete cooperation.
I hope you can succeed in convincing her of the gravity of the situation. If you'll excuse me, I have some letters to type.
Well, if one of the
He
letters...
has some letters to type.
He seems unaware of the significance of what he has said. How many typewriters can there be on this island?
I see you, I see you.
Seems more likely Miss Darnley's typewriter was borrowed to write the notes.
It is possible.
You knew there might be a real danger to Mrs. Marshall even then.
Yes, my friend. I could feel something in the wind. The way sailors can sense the approaching storm.
Okay, so is Mrs. Marshall Arlena Stewart then? At least I guess is what they're getting at. Hey, wait a second. Didn't that guy see who was looking for a tennis ball and then decided halfway through, actually, I'm going to go type some letters?
Bit of a low spot in the near ad service court.
Okay, well, where did the woman go? I'm assuming that was... Is Arlena Stewart, like, her maiden name? And he calls her Mrs. Marshall, but everyone knows her as Stewart? I'm not sure I follow. Hey. It's a nice little parlor over here.
Alas, Poirot never learned to tickle the ivories.
Poirot, you employed that phrase correctly.
I hope you are not implying Poirot's English to be anything less than perfect.
Well, that is to say, I would never presume.
Okay, God, I'm already enjoying these two immensely. Waiter!
Sorry, sir, the bar won't be open till 11.
I am merely making the morning constitutional, young man. What is your name?
Henry, sir.
Henry, sir. He's, got a distinct accent. I'll bet he's a local.
What can you tell me of my fellow guests, Henry?
Well, I don't want to gossip, but Arlena Stewart,
Actress!
the actress is staying
That's what
here.
she is, she's an actress.
There's a Miss Rosamond Darnley in the dining room. I understand she's a famous dressmaker or something.
Rosamond Darley, famous dressmaker, huh?
Are you from Leathercombe Bay?
Of course he is.
No, sir. I live in Kingsbridge.
Okay, never mind.
Lethercombe Bay is a bit quiet for my taste, especially now they've begun the evacuations.
How long have you worked at the hotel?
3 years. Don't know what I'll do when they close her down.
And do you like working here, Mr. Henry? If that even is your real name?
How do you like working here, Henry?
Well, it's very nice, usually. Of course, Mrs. Castle, the manager, is something of a tartar. I expect that's because she's new and wants to establish her authority. Come to think of it, Gladys hasn't been herself lately. The first floor maid. Look, I'm no gossip, but I think she's had a row with her young man, Will Jenks.
Yeah, she told us so.
I expect it's nothing really. Everyone's a bit tense these days.
I will leave you to your work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
Attaboy, I like Henry. That's a fine gent right there. Looks like this is probably the lobby right here. We got a magazine sitting on this chair.
I say, the latest number of Motor Enthusiast magazine, Poirot. What a stroke of luck. I've been looking out for this one.
You know, that actually reminds me that we were actually given the freaking, what's it called? We were literally just given, those threatening notes, and we didn't actually read them. Where can we find those? Documents? First and second threatening letter, okay. You have barred too many. Justice will be done. No, that says harmed. What am I saying? Not barred. And second threatening letter. The forces that will spell your doom gather even now. Unseen and unstoppable. Okay. Let me just make sure something real quick. Yeah, both of the H's are at a can't. I thought I might see something subtle like that. The H in have, harmed, and, nope, just those two. As well as the H in gather, they're all at like a slight angle. So that's probably how we're going to identify what typewriter was used to write these. But, you know, Poirot and Hastings were kind of already onto that when they said that how many typewriters can be on this island. So even if it is Mr. Marston, or Marshall, whatever his name is, even if it is his typewriter, that doesn't really mean it was him who wrote this. Still, we'll have a source, and that might be the next thing we need to figure it out. Was there anything else I picked up that was important? Stopwatch timings, suspects. How much is said about them? Okay, we'll poke around in the suspects more in depth later. In the meantime, let's explore more. Was that the registrar I just saw? Yeah, okay, so this is the main lobby. What's this way? That's the way I literally just came. Alright. What's out these front doors? Doesn't look like any people.
This is a useful point to measure the time it takes to reach Cutter's Cove, the spot that will be the scene of the murder.
Alright, sure. We'll go ahead and do that and then talk to these people.
From the bathing beach to Cutter's Cove via the path, it is 18 minutes.
The bathing beach. That's where we are. Okay, let's start with this chap right here.
Good morning, monsieur.
Capital morning, capital. You must be that detective Johnny who arrived last night.
Ah, Major
Major
Barry.
Montague Barry, late of His Majesty's Army in India.
It
Hey,
is a pleasure,
where's this dude
Major
going?
Barry.
Okay, I thought he was about to walk out on me. It's like I didn't even get to talk to you yet. Have you been at the hotel long?
Have you been at the hotel long?
Couple of weeks, one last hurrah, you might say, before Fritz arrives on our doorstep.
Yes, they are coming very soon now, I think.
Bombs first, of course, soften us up, or so they think. Not like India. I was there for the start of the Third Afghan War.
This guy is walking
Now that
so
was war
loud,
with
it's
some honor to
very
it. In those days, you
annoying.
could see a man's eyes go dull as you kill him.
Dang, okay, so we've got a combat veteran here.
You are on a bathing beach, but you do not bathe, Major?
Yeah, it's because he's a
No,
perv.
no, never got the taste for it. The scenery can be quite pleasant, though.
Yes, it is very nice.
Oh, don't
Now,
don't encourage him,
that.
Poirot.
None of the finest sex about. Good-looking fillies, some of them. Where are they all, I wonder?
Quit enabling him, Poirot. Tell me about the fellow guests.
Any impressions of our fellow guests?
That actress is a fine specimen, no denying. The Redfern lass is not bad, but a bit too pale for my taste. I like 'em with a bit of colour. Miss Darnley, the dressmaker. She's quite attractive in her
Can
own
you
way, too.
stop already? How did you come to see
How
Drift
did
Island?
you come to see Drift Island?
I show my dogs over in Dartmouth twice a year. Train 'em, you see. I always told myself I'd stay here once when I got my chance.
Dartmouth, eh?
Are your dogs here? At the hotel?
Not likely. They're safe at some kennels I found near Exmoor. Had to get them out of London, you see. Wouldn't have stood the bombing, poor beasts.
Oh, I just realized that a city being bombed must be very distressing to all the dogs.
Do you know anything of the history of this place?
Not much. Heard some rot about Roman orgies way back when. Then some monks decided this would be a wonderful place to make brandy. There's that smuggler Tom Cutter, of course. Gave his name to a cove here on the island.
Oh, he must be the
Supposed to
pirate.
still haunt the pub. That's about it.
Enjoy the scenery, Major Barry.
I will, when it arrives.
When it arrives, okay. You, stop in your tracks.
Morning,
I cannot
sir.
listen to you walk
I'm afraid
anymore.
the rowboat is out, but I could set you up with a nice rubber float.
No, thank you. Poirot does not float.
Oh, no worries, sir. A bit of exercise would soon help that.
Hastings, yeah.
I see no cause for amusement. You are the beach tender?
That's right, sir. I keep an eye on the equipment, look after the grounds, the tennis court, and so on as well.
Oh, we've got a lot to say to the seller. We've got 2 rows of things to say. The tennis court is not very level.
The tennis court is not very level.
It's that ad service court again, isn't it?
Well,
Yes, Poirot, that's the one.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is as you say.
I'd better see to it. I work on that patch all the time, but nothing seems to work.
Huh. That was weird. It was almost like Hastings interjected right there to correct Poirot. I wonder if he would have been able to do that if we didn't take a look.
Do you enjoy your job?
It's all right. Not much for excitement, and the new manager's ever so strict. Henry the barman, though. He's my mate. Henry makes an excellent cocktail.
Henry!
He makes a superb planter's punch, direct from the Caribbean it is.
Planter's Punch.
Are you from this area?
Born and raised in Lethercombe Bay.
Okay. So Henry may be from Kingsbridge, but he's still got some locals here who are his buddies. He's an honorary leathercomber.
You must know many interesting stories of the area.
You mean Tom Cutter, the ghost, the treasure? Mr. Gardner was quizzing me about old Tom just the other day. Some will tell you it's just stories, but I saw him a few weeks back, white and glistening in the moonlight like he'd risen from the sea.
Oh yeah? Are we gonna start seeing some ghosts here?
How do you know the figure you saw was a ghost?
Well, he disappeared into thin air, didn't he?
He was drowned?
Yes, sir. Some rival done him in. You'll hear other accounts, but that's my belief.
And where did you see this?
Where did you see him?
Outside the Smuggler's End pub well after midnight.
The
He
pub,
passed
huh?
inside. I'd had my share of liquid courage, so I follows him. Down into the cellar he goes, so down I go. And what do you think?
He was helping himself to a tankard of grog? Grog? What is grog, Hastings?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
No.
Wait,
Ghosts
wait.
do that.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm realizing now that Hastings is controlling everything Poirot says in this game. And then Poirot just butts in and he's just like, dude, what are you talking about? Oh, that's so funny.
How long have you worked here?
Almost 10 years now. But that's all coming to an end.
Why is that?
Got my papers, didn't I? Reporting for duty next week. Navy frogman, that's what I'm going to be.
I
Oh.
will leave you to your duties.
He's shipping out. Oh god, he's gonna keep on walking back and forth now. Alright, any tent stakes?
I swim like the dolphin. I simply do not wish to swim at the present moment.
Looks like there's some people out there.
Patrick, darling, you're such a child.
Man enough.
Who is that? Who's the blonde lady? I don't remember her name. Maybe we haven't even met her. Oh.
I see what you mean, old man. There is indeed a storm coming.
Oh, does he mean literally? I don't think I noticed those clouds before. Yeesh.